Here is my brand new 10 port USB hub with active power. Though it comes with a power adapter, I am going to use my lithium iron phosphate battery to power it for a reason which I'll come to later on in this post. You may wonder why I bought this rather expensive option compared to passively powered USB hubs. When you connect multiple devices to your computer or laptop using passively powered USB hubs, total current which can be drawn by all these devices together is limited to 500 milliampere of a standard USB port. That means if you have multiple power hungry devices attached, they may not function well. An actively powered USB hub ensures that your devices receive enough power for uninterrupted work. Moreover, I had been fed up of adding multiple USB hubs in a sequence as I needed more and more devices to be connected to my computer over the long run. This is a passively powered USB hub with which I started off. This will go into the computer, either desktop or laptop, and these are the ports available. There are SD card slots over here, USB ports, couple of them here, and one more is here. You can see that this is blue and these are white, different types of USB ports. And one additional thing which I have added here, this is ferrite bead, that specifically to avoid radio frequency interference, RFI. I have added this. This was not part of the hub. This was added later on. So this was the first USB hub which I added, which gave me the option of 1, 2, 3 ports and also SD card slots over there. Different types, smaller one and the larger ports over there. Then I had this one. This will go into USB Type-C port on the laptop, because my laptop has 2 standard USB ports and 1 Type-C. So to increase the number of ports available, I use this. This has additional different types of ports. This is USB Type-C, standard USB, again blue colored, and then an HDMI port also is there. I have used different types of passive USB hubs, one with 4 ports like this, and another with 4 ports here. This is another type of USB hub which I had used. Still another type, all with mostly 4 ports. And sometimes I would also plug one USB port into another one, and then another into that, so that I get more ports to use. But then what happened is that as mentioned initially, the single USB port on the laptop or computer will give only 500 milliamperes, and all these devices powered by this may not work properly. Secondly, at each of these joints there will be loose contacts. So I was really fed up of connecting, reconnecting, checking for loose contacts. That's why finally I decided to have a bigger actively powered USB hub. You can see that this power supply has an RF bead meant for RFI protection. This is the power jack, and this is the place where you pin in the AC. The AC cord can be connected here and fixed properly. Then the other end, which is the power jack, can be connected to the device. This is the USB cord for connection. You can see this has a separate different type of pin. This will go into this particular port on the device. Now that has been connected. Now this end will go into the laptop or computer. The device has been set up. Connected the power adapter, a different one. This is coming from my lithium iron phosphate battery because I want to use it on DC power supply for two reasons. One, it will not give any leakage current from the mains to my computer, which can occasionally, if there is a leakage, spoil the motherboard of my computer. So I don't want that. So I am using a DC power supply that is right from my lithium iron phosphate battery, which has a good backup. This is my lithium iron phosphate battery, which is being charged by solar panels. It's early morning, so you don't have the charging here. This is the battery management system of my lithium iron phosphate battery. There's a battery here in a well-built case. Now I have connected an external sound card. This is an external sound card which I bought for some other purposes, and this one has been connected, and you can see that the LED is blinking. It's receiving power from the USB hub. See that when this USB has been connected, the corresponding LED has lit up when this sound card was connected. Now I have connected my phone through the second port, that also has lit up. The number is also shown there. I don't know whether it is visible there. Because of the bright light, it is difficult to see. This is shown as number 1 and this is shown as number 2. And this USB cable also I have put ferrite beads to avoid RF interference. Device to go in is my RTL SDR. That's a software defined radio dongle which I use for multiple purposes, including live streaming of amateur radio nets. So this has come up here, the light, and it is also shown as 10. That is the last port. Next one to go in is the printer cable. It is shown as 3 here. It's a printer cable. The other end will be USB type B. It has already been connected to the printer. Actually, I am demonstrating everything on this printer. This is underneath is the printer. Next one to go in, this is shown as number 4. And this is my external keyboard for the laptop. I always use external keyboard, external mouse and external monitor because I am not happy with the small monitor of the laptop. I need larger prints magnified, so I use large external monitor. This is external mouse which has been attached. It is numbered as 5 here. And here also you can see the RF bead, that ferrite bead. This one also has a ferrite bead, but it is at the other end near the keyboard. That's why you are not seeing it here. I always use these to reduce radio frequency interference, especially since I am also a radio ham, amateur radio operator. I want it very much, otherwise there could be radio frequency interference. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ports balance. I have used only 6 at the moment. That's kept in reserve for future expansions. I might need further devices later on.